is this wonderful virgin?
Welcome back to my dark corner of this sick world.
I told you once, I've told you 1,000
Following our reviews of sword, sandal and sorcery movies Yor, Gore and Thor, we're now with Ator, boldly adding another syllable. The film opens as an audiobook.
When the 1,000 years is done, a man will come to promise a different way, and he shall be named Torren.
Boy, was I expecting him to say Ator, but it's a long story.
But Torren will fail, for the wrath of the Spider King is mighty indeed.
Never ceases to amaze me how people writing this stuff spend so much more time on the backstory than the story.
That belonged to Chun the Terrible. I defeated him in combat during the assault on the City of the Winds, which was governed by the notorious 7 Siamese sisters.
That sounds better than anything in this film. Anyway, we open with Rapunzel's recurring nightmare. This is the Spider King, who is disturbed by a recent birth.
He has the sign of Torren.
In order to avert this calamity, the child must die.
I'm going to gloss over why. But the child is saved by a man who seems to have ulterior motives.
I, Grieber, will be avenged through this tiny child.
But Grieber is not really best placed to raise a child. We need to invent the pram.
Here.
And the wheel. Is this the Mummy and Me group? Grieber leaves the baby in the care of this family.
You will lack nothing. Because nothing must lack Ator.
What? The dialogue in this film veers from meaningless to we read way too much Tolkien.
The earth trembles like a virgin being drawn to the nuptial bed.
Vivid. Ator grows up into Miles O'Keefe and falls in love.
Here, brought you a present.
Oh, what's his name?
I never know what to get, girls.
I love you.
She loves him too, but...
Why can't we marry?
Ator, we are brother and sister.
Just to be clear, their parents never told them they're not related. They think they're brother and sister.
I'll talk with our father.
Just need a good way to broach the subject.
You remember how our ancestors used to allow marriage between brother and sister? I know times have changed, but...
Look how hot she is. So, good news.
She is not your sister. Sonia is not your sister.
See, this is how you tell a kid they're adopted.
You both sucked the same milk from the same breast.
Oh, will you stop talking about my breasts? Ator and Sonia get married while the rest of the village stand around going, yeah, adopted. Funny how that worked out. But...
Destroy them!
The Spider King attacks.
Don't kill the girl! Take her with him!
And Sonia is kidnapped.
Let me go!
Ator sets out to rescue her by attacking a complete stranger with his back turned. On the one hand, he's clearly useless. On the other, the lengthy training sequence with Grieber does make you wonder what's happening to Sonia.
Have no fear. For the moment, she is in no danger. They want her alive.
Not necessarily a good thing. Ator now rescues everyone's favourite 80s action heroine, Sabrina Siani.
Coward! Heading upon a lone woman! He will...
Proving himself a hero.
Were they trying to rob you?
I was the one who robbed them.
Oh well, it's good enough for Grieber, who rewards him with his father's sword.
Now I'll avenge my honor.
And I guess rescue Sonia. Ator hurries on his quest. Still useless. He's been captured by the obligatory all-female tribe. They want him to father their new queen with, you'll never guess, Sabrina Siani, playing Rune.
Are you ready? To perform the duty that is my right.
Well, no.
I'm guessing that doesn't happen often. He's still hung up on Sonia.
I hope she's still alive.
If not, you've got first dibs. The odds are pretty good. I've really been phoning in this rescue. joins Ator's quest, sneaking him out into the woods. Now, subscribers will know that a woodland pool always means nude bathing, but there are few who can pull it off like Sabrina Ciani. But then Rune is tricked by a disappearing fawn and trapped. So Ator needs a replacement girl.
It doesn't matter who I am.
That's a very honest assessment, although cult fans will recognise Black Emmanuel star Laura Gempser. Watch our review of Women's Prison Massacre to see more of her. Much more. She seduces Ator with wild promises.
The days run into the nights, and the nights into the days.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it works.
You will be mine until you have no strength left to gratify me.
Should have opened with that. Now, I had assumed that Ator would rescue Rune, but the bear does it.
Good boy, you found me!
Which, incidentally, gets the Dark Corner's R2-D2 award for spending the whole movie desperately keeping up and not even getting a medal. It now helps rescue Ator.
Get out of here!
Every hero has to learn the trade, but we're now more than an hour in, and Ator's lack of heroism is noticeable. But now they are pursued by the walking dead until...
They've disappeared. Come on, let's get out of here.
At some point, this is just taking the piss. Rune gets into a bar fight. Oh, don't worry about me, you just run off after Grieber.
What's the hurry?
Who has reappeared to make things even easier for his useless protege.
Now you must go to the volcano of shadows and take possession of the Shield of Mordor, the shield which wards off death.
Well, that sounds like an opportunity to prove himself.
We'll have to pass through the caverns of the blind warriors.
I'm sure it's tougher than it sounds. My mistake. They find the brightly reflective shield and... Looks silly, but Ator is in real danger from the Shadow Warrior. Wow, embarrassing. You know that thing cats do when they fall down and then make pretend they didn't happen, like, oh, I meant to do that? Same energy.
Welcome, Ator.
Now Ator confronts the Spider King. And after a lengthy fight... Probably should have tried that in the first place. Bad guys really struggle with mirrors. Rune stays to fight off the guards, while Ator goes to save Sonia. I've been down here for months!
Sonia!
Now, a shocking reveal.
No one can obstruct the will of the spider.
Grieber is the bad guy?
But it was you who guided me to this place.
In order to regain my rightful place, and only to return to what I have always been.
Can you guys talk about this later? Ator saves Sonia, defeats the Spider God, and...
Rune.
Well, damn. That seems very unfair. She saved his life like 4 times. There are 3 more Ator films. Is he any less useless in those? I feel like we'll get to them.
It is done.
Looks silly, but Thor, fucking hell. You know that thing cats do when they fall down and then shit? And then shit, as they do when they fall down. Thanks for watching. For more sword sorcery and Sabrina Ciani, click here. Spiders are go-to bad guys. What are your favourite arachnophobe triggering movies? Let us know in the comments below.
Ator, take me away from here.